Just be out with us to St. Maarten off of Oasis of the Seas by Royal Caribbean. Today we had plans for St. Maarten to go to the French side of the island. Yes, it does have two sides, French side and the Dutch side. But on the French side of the island there are some protests, and the cruise line did not recommend passengers to go to the other side due to possible roadblocks and protests. And we were planning to go to the beach right next to the airport where the plane is landing right above the beach. That was my bucket list, but you know, we have to stay flexible. We need to make adjustments along the way, and today we are taking a ferry instead to the Dutch side, to the other beach on the Dutch side of the island.
Just be out with us.
There are 3 cruise ships today at the port, and from the port there is really no town. There is just a small marketplace and a lot of shipping containers. So what we're going to do is we're taking a ferry. There is a short walk to the ferry, and it only costs $7 round trip.
So as you can see here at the dock, there are a few shops, Diamond International. Let us know if you guys have been here before to St. Maarten. I think St. Maarten is one of the places where if you're into diamonds and jewelry, it's one of the best islands to shop at. We met a gentleman on the cruise, and he said that there was a passenger on board that he spoke to, and they have been to St. Maarten over 9 times, and every time they come, they have a custom jeweler make their pieces for them. So I'm thinking this is one of the best places to shop for jewelry. A lot of islands.
Tourist Information Center if you have any questions about the island.
Right, so if you're trying to figure out where to go or what to do and you're just not too sure, this is a good place to stop. There's a bar there.
And the water taxi looks like you have to purchase your ticket right here.
So we're going to get on this line and purchase our ticket. So while Irene is online, I'm just going to walk around and show you what else. The dock, there's a duty-free store there. I see a lot of liquor. There's a bar. It's a really nice port. Some of the ports you stop at when you're on a cruise is really industrial, and all you see is shipping containers and stuff, but this is actually not bad. It's Pandora. There is a lot of jewelry stores I'm noticing. Look at that. So yeah, I'm definitely assuming that St. Maarten is one of the places where jewelry is a major item on the island. This is where all the tour buses, taxi cabs, and everything else. This is, I guess, if you're going out on your own and you're going out to other parts of the island, this is where you would go. We noticed there are a lot of butterflies on this island. These little yellow butterflies you see flying around. They were all around the cruise ship. So here's a big group. Welcome to Card Player Cruise. So I guess this is a special group going on an excursion. There is the taxi. So if you need to get a taxi, this is where you would catch the taxi. We're in November, and the temperature here is pretty warm. I would say it's about high 80s, low 90s. So there's Irina online.
Hello, 2 tickets to Maho Beach, please.
Maho Beach?
Yeah.
You need a car taxi.
Car taxi?
Oh, you can't take the ferry?
Taxi doesn't go.
So we'll take the ferry then to Ray. Oh. What is it called? Ray
Bay Beach.
Ray Bay Beach. Okay, do we pay here?
Yes, you have to.
Do you take cards or is cash only?
Cash only.
Okay. All right, quick update. The ferry is actually going only to Ray Bay Beach, not to Maho Beach. And Maho Beach turns out is where the planes land right next to the beach. But you only can get there by taxi. And today is St. Maarten Day. That's why the protests are happening. And we don't want to risk by taking the taxi and miss our ship. So we're just taking the ferry. It is $7 round trip to Ray Bay Beach. We just got off the shuttle, boat, and as you can see, our cruise ship is behind us. It is so close. It was just a 5-minute transfer, and we are now in the main town on the Dutch side. It's called Philipsburg, and it has Ray Bay Beach on both sides of the town, and it only has two streets, the front street and the back street. So stay with us as we explore the town. Larry here, our taxi driver, convinced us to go to Maho Beach, and he said the traffic should not be as bad. So it is $20. It's $20 for 2 people, but if you have more people, it is $8 per person.
So we just got out the taxi and we have made it to Maho Beach. It is crazy packed here, much more crowded than I thought, and the beach is actually really small. And yes, it's right next to the airport. So we're going to take you around and show you exactly what it looks like, what the area is as far as where to eat and the bar and everything that's here. A lot of taxis are parking here. I guess this is a major destination for people to come and check out this rare thing. They even, inside one of the restaurants, they even have the schedule. We are walking on this thin wall right here into oncoming traffic because we're making our way to the beach. The beach is beautiful. And let's get down into the sand. So as you can see, this is the beach. You have some vendors selling hats and everything else. It's a pretty small beach. And the airplanes, they come from out of this direction and they land right here, right across at the airport. So everyone's waiting. They have their GoPros and their cameras ready. This is gonna be awesome. And again, we didn't have any, well, initially we had plans to come here, but we initially thought when they told us on the cruise ship that there's going to be a protest, we thought it was on the French side of the island. Then they told us this beach is not on the French side of the island. It's on the Dutch side. Then when we got off the cruise ship, they actually told us that the ferry can bring us right here. Then when we went to buy the tickets for the ferry, they told us the ferry doesn't take us there. So we were like, oh, you know, let's just go to wherever it is the ferry took us, which was the first place we went to.
The town.
Right, and once we got there, we spoke to a cab driver, which is Larry. And Larry, how is it? Larry told us that it was only a 20-minute drive and it's no traffic.
It was actually 20
Yes, it was
drive.
20 minutes. And I think it's going to be our spot right here. There's the airstrip. There's a plane taking off right there in the distance.
This is crazy.
A little small plane, so I guess everyone waits for that big plane to come in. Private jet just took off. Now we're just waiting. The water looks beautiful. They did tell us it was kind of rough, and it is kind of rough. There are some pretty big waves. But nonetheless, it is really beautiful here. There's 2 things that people do. So the first thing they do is they stay on the beach, and when the planes come in, it comes in so low that you could almost like touch it. And that's the way it really feels like. Then when the bigger planes are actually taking off, people have a tendency of going across this and they hold on to the fence, and they try to hold on for as long as they can, and the exhaust from the jet engine kind of blows them back, so it becomes a challenge.
But I don't know how they hold on, because the road is so narrow and there are cars going back and forth.
By, right, and then there's this thing. So the couple that we were with, they told us that last year a woman tried to hold on and the jet engine was just too powerful, the breeze, and it blew her back, and she apparently hit her head and died from it. So it really is dangerous. The jet blast is just unreal. So we're just gonna wait and see what airplane comes, and we're gonna see, hopefully we get one shot. And here we go, it's coming.
Everybody's set and ready.
Let's go
So
for a
many
little bit
people.
more. A little bit more.
Oh my God.
Here it comes. you guys
Wow,
see
it's
it?
really big.
Oh my gosh, here it comes, here it comes. 3, 2, 1, hands up. This is a smaller plane.
Wow!
One.
Oh my god, the wind was so strong. I did not expect that. And it wasn't even the biggest plane, so I can imagine how much stronger the wind blows when the plane is bigger. I got so scared, I didn't expect it at all, and I felt all the sand particles hitting me pretty hard, and the wind was literally pushing me back into the ocean. It was crazy. A lot of fun though.
So another plane is about to take off. We already had one experience with Irina getting blown back. We'll see what happens. I have to watch out though because I have massive waves behind me. I don't want to get blown into the water. And this is a private jet, but one of the bigger private jets. And the exhaust is not that big, so there shouldn't be a lot of wind coming off the airplane. There we go. Yeah, we didn't really feel that one, bud. Whoa, there we go. So overall, it's a really cool experience being on this beach. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely worth coming out to.
We have seen a lot of planes landing and take it off.
Yeah. But just be aware, if you are coming on a cruise ship, make sure you have your timing right because you know you are on an island, and sometimes we've talked to several people and they talk about traffic jams and you know everything is at a standstill, and you don't want to cut it too short where you're rushing to get back on your ship. So let's watch one more plane land over here, and we'll watch it kind of just fly by.
And here on this beach, you only need a couple of hours really to experience it because there's really no place to leave your even towels, even your bag. You have to stand the entire time and hold your belongings in your hand. Otherwise, you will get soaked or all your belongings will get soaked.
Yeah, so here we'll watch this airplane come in. We'll watch this as a smaller plane. We'll watch it, this is from the side, so you'll get to see just how close it comes in. And you can see it kind of struggling with the wind here. That wingtips are just flopping back and forth. Really cool. And here we go. Compared to how close it is to the shore. Oh, there we go.
We have 40 minutes left before our taxi driver picks us up.
So we'll take that time to show you guys this area. We just got off the taxi
and we're back to Philipsburg town, where we will catch the ferry back to the ship. But the reason why we actually came back here to the town is because the beach is nicer here. It's more calm. There is a lot of sand that we can just enjoy the beach and go swimming for a little bit. The water feels so nice. It is actually warmer than in Hawaii. November in Hawaii water already is getting chilly, but here in St. Maarten we are in November and we can just walk right into the water and it feels nice and warm. I love it.
So let's recap our visit here at St. Maarten.
We only had one day, but it was a full day. The ship docked here at St. Maarten at 7 a.m. and at 8 a.m. passengers were able to disembark. We actually got off the ship a little bit later at 10 a.m. and it is really convenient because there are taxis right outside the port. We actually took the ferry to their main town, Philipsburg, and they have the beach here, plenty of restaurants. There are a lot of shops and the hotels as well. But we actually happened to come here on their national holiday, the St. Maarten Day. That's why actually all the shops are closed. And there are only a few restaurants that are open.
So there's Front Street and there's Back Street, which we mentioned before, and all the stores are basically closed. So, I mean, fortunately enough, we ran into a taxi driver who took us to Maho Beach, and that was really cool. We enjoyed ourselves there. We were only there for about 2 hours, and we arranged for him to pick us back up, which he did. He was right on time.
But that was actually 2 hours was sufficient enough because Maho Beach doesn't have any place to leave your belongings, even towel or just a bag, because the water comes all the way up to the edge, all the way up to the road. So it's just enough time to enjoy the airplane landing and taking off and have either lunch or a drink at one of the restaurants, beachfront restaurants, and get back. The ride was super easy. It was only 20 minutes from the town to Maho Beach, and there was a little bit of traffic, but it was actually 20 minutes there and 20 minutes back. The taxi ride cost usually $20 for 2 people each way, but because we had more people sharing the ride with us, it was only $8 per person each way.
So the more people you have in the vehicle, the cheaper technically it should be. It shouldn't be $10 per person if there's a van filled with people. It should be less.
And the ferry cost us $7 round trip, and you get these wristbands, and you can actually go back and forth on the ferry if you wish.
And from here where we're sitting, we can literally see the ferry, which takes you back to the ship. It's a stone throw away, and if we look to the left, the cruise ship is right there.
When you come to the town, you will see a lot of rentals for beach chairs, and at the end of the day, they actually offered us a chair for just $5 chair rentals.
Right. So you will, once you get off the ferry, from off the cruise ship, you'll realize that you get a lot of solicitors. They're there with their signs. They're telling you, take a taxi, rent a beach chair. It comes with a free drink and Wi-Fi. Do a tour, do ATVs. So you're gonna get bombarded with that. So just be prepared.
The cruise ship's just starting to arrive back to St. Maarten, so all the locals actually live off of tourism money, so they are pretty desperate to get some money off of you. That's why a lot of people will come and push hair braiding, massage, any type of cover-ups and hats and stuff like that.
Absolutely. They're walking the beach back and forth with 6, 7, 8 hats on their heads, and they're offering you massage and hair braids and foot massages, as Irina mentioned. So yeah, that could be a little whatever for some people, but for the most part, it's, you just tell them, no, I'm not interested, and they're just like, okay, no problem. They're very nice about it.
And this is it for our Oasis of the Seas series. Remember guys, we are traveling for the next 3 years, so be sure to subscribe to our channel because we will be bringing you a lot of awesome destinations and awesome things to do all around the world. As usual, I'm Irina.
And I'm Devon.
And don't forget to just be out with us.